Hi everybody, Stuart from Riku here. OpenAI have just come out with a big announcement that fine-tuning for ChatGPT is here. You can now fine-tune GPT 3.5 Turbo, which is the standard ChatGPT, and GPT-4 will be coming later. With Riku, what we want to do is make it as easy as possible for anyone to play and deploy large language models within their business or their life. So what we've done is we've built a no-code builder for datasets that you can feed into this fine-tuning process all without code, or you can take your existing work in a CSV format and filter it into a dataset. So you can convert the CSV to a JSON, and then you can do the fine-tuning within Riku without any code. Let's get into how this is all possible. First things first, when fine-tuning with OpenAI, you will need to link your OpenAI key to your account. If you don't have an OpenAI key, you can go to their website and sign up for free. You will get a bunch of free credits. To do the linking within Riku, all you have to do is click on your name at the bottom here, go to your API keys, and where it is saying OpenAI, paste the key in here and hit update API key. You will see a success message, and then you are good to go. Then from the Riku dashboard, simply click Fine-Tuning Studio, and you will see something like this, although your one will be empty, and it will tell you to get started with fine-tuning and creating a dataset. You can see here that I have standard fine-tunes from AI21 and OpenAI in the past. And these are fine-tunes that I have used to create prompts and large language models and workflows within certain projects that I have going on. We also have a tab for datasets, and this is where we are unlocking a lot of the potential of fine-tuning with OpenAI, because these datasets are something that you can build within Riku super easily. And if I want to download one, I simply click and it will automatically download that for me, and I can see how I want to use that. So this is the overview of the fine-tuning studio. And if I want to create a fine-tune, I simply click in the top right here, and it's going to open up the fine-tuning data studio for me now. So there are a few things going on here, and we'll go over them in a bit more detail. But the main thing is, if I want to create a JSON file for my fine-tuning, I can do so here by entering a system message, entering a user input, and entering the output. So previously with fine-tuning, we just had the input and we had the output, but with ChatGPT fine-tuning, we have to take into account the system message. And generally, when you set the system message, you want to lock that, and then you are just going to be doing user input and output pairings like before. So if we want to create one from scratch, what we can do is we can take some information and start to build one out. So I will just load up a data set that I have somewhere else, and then I can start to put some information in. So system message is Marv is a factual chatbot that is also sarcastic. And then we can put what is the capital of France, and we can get the answer of Paris, as if everyone doesn't know that already. So we can enter that, and then we can hit add entry. When we've added this, you'll see a success message. It will say, you need to have 10 examples to actually do a fine tune. So we have 1 of 10, and we can see our entries in the top right here. So now also we have locked the system message. So this will not be able to be changed for this data set. If we want to unlock it, then we can hit the undo button in the bottom left, and it will let us start again if there is nothing left in here. If you have multiple entries and you hit undo, it will just remove the last entry, remove the last entry, remove the last entry. So it's a way for, if you made a typo or something like that, then it's easy for you to quickly fix those errors. So we can quickly add some stuff in here like this, and we can add the entries, I'm not going to add 10 here for you now, but I'm just going to show you, for example, if I wanted to do some stuff with things that might break the JSON, which is the formatting that we need in to do the fine tune, such as line breaks and quotation marks, like you see here. And if I hit add entry, you will see that we are automatically fixing these things. So we are JSON stringifying the quotation marks, and we are also changing the line breaks so that everything is good. You don't have to worry about the formatting. Everything is super nice without doing any coding, and it's super easy for you to build out a data set like this. If you then have the data set to a point where you want it, what you can do is you can download it. So I can say this one is the video example, and I can hit save and download. What's great about saving your data sets and downloading them is, one, you get them instantly that you can then plug in to do the fine tuning. Secondly, you can come back to the dashboard and hit the fine-tuning tab and then hit the datasets on Riku, and you can see examples of everything that you've created. You can choose to re-download them, or you can delete them from your account. What we are adding in the future is a way for you to edit these directly as well. If you want to add more entries, combine different datasets into one dataset, etc., etc., it's going to be really powerful for you to be able to get exactly what you want when you go through this process of fine-tuning ChatGPT. So back in the fine-tuning data studio, we also have a button in the top right that enables you to convert a CSV to JSON out in literally entering a name and then uploading the CSV file. Let's have a look at how this needs to look within your spreadsheet for this to work successfully. So if we come into Google Sheets, where I've just sort of put a demo one together, what we have is we have 3 columns with the title System, User, and AI. What you want to do is ensure that this system message is the same across all of your examples. Then it's just a case of having the user input. So this is what you would normally type to ChatGPT, and then you would have the AI output, so what you would expect the AI to respond with. And you can do this for as many examples as you need. Remember, when you fine-tune with ChatGPT, you need at least 10 examples for it to fine-tune successfully. If you don't have 10 examples, it will throw an error. So that's something worth thinking about. So what I'm going to do for this example is I'm just going to download this as a comma-separated value, CSV, and I will go back to the Riku page and I will put this in. So I will say dummy data, and I can then upload the file that I have. Once I see it here, we're ready to go. So I can hit the run conversion button. You'll then see a message saying everything is good. CSV is being converted, and the process takes about a second per line. So the more data you have, the longer it's going to take for the process to work. But for the sake of this, it's only 12 examples, so it should be done in about 12 seconds. So if I come back to the Riku dashboard now, and I come in to my datasets on Riku, you'll see that I have this dummy data. And because it's been 12 seconds for the 12 examples, I can hit the download button, and it's going to automatically download the dataset for me. So let's have a look at how this dataset looks and how it's converted the CSV to JSON with no code, with no effort, and getting it perfect for what we need. So this is a quick look at the data using Sublime, which is what I like to use for all of my text editing. You can see that each example has a new line, which is what we want. There are 12 examples, which is great for what we had with the data set. We have the system message, with the consistent system message that we put in. And then we have the user message, which is different based on what was in the spreadsheet. And then we have the AI output, which is again different based on what we set up. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, which is great. So everything works like it should. And if we want to then use this data set, we can do so. And we have this one downloaded, but let's have a look at one that we are going to use for creating a fine tune now. Just a quick recap of where we are so far. So fine-tuning ChatGPT is finally possible. You need to include a system message as well as a user message and an AI output. You need at least 10 examples for this to work, and you need to put your data set into a JSON-L file. This can be a pain if you don't know how to code or you're not familiar with the JSON format, but Riku makes it easy, and we have a way for you to build out a data set within our fine-tuning studio, or you can take a CSV file and convert it into the right format super easily. So now we've got that out of the way, let's actually go and do a fine-tune. So let's look at the data that we want to use for this right now. So what we're going to do to keep it nice and short is we're going to use this 10 entry data set, which is Marv is a factual chatbot that is also sarcastic. So really, I'm not expecting this to have a major effect on the output of ChatGPT because the data set is so small. But I think if you are looking to do something yourself, you want at least 100 examples for the AI to start taking all of this into account. From what I've read and what I've seen online, a lot of the GPT 3.5 fine tunes, which is what is possible right now, are working on a level which is GPT-4 or above, which is pretty impressive. So there is definitely a reason to do this if you want to create content which is specific for your brand or specific for your purpose, and also to prevent people from saying, oh yeah, it's an obvious AI output. This is where fine-tuning really shines, to get rid of that notion that it is a typical AI output and to put your own spin on it through the process of injecting and infusing the AI with the data that you have. So it's all super exciting, and let's get into how you can do the actual fine tune within Riku itself. So if we come back to the Fine-Tuning Studio tab on the dashboard and we hit the Create Fine-Tune button, what's going to happen is we get sent to the Data Studio, which we've gone over previously on setting up and building out your data sets, whether through the no-code builder or through the CSV to JSON-L converter. The next step, once you have a data set that you're happy with, is to hit the Create Fine-Tune Model button. We've wanted to keep this as simple as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Marvin Maestro. I can call it whatever I want, and I can then upload the file that I need. So the file that we're going to be using is this. This is a test.jsonl, very original name. And what I'm going to do is I can hit Start Fine Tune. I will then get a message saying that it's training. It can take a long time if it is a big data set. And what is new in this process is OpenAI are actually sending an email on the success of a fine tune. So now within Riku, we have everything set up, and it's just a case of using the process to take the information from that email and feed it into Riku to unlock the model to then use within your chat app building process. So let's have a look at the Riku dashboard now. And if we go to the Fine-Tune Model tabs, you will see we have Marvin Maestro here, and you'll see different than the other fine tunes that we have. This one says Chat Fine Tune, and we have this icon here. This icon is needing the model ID from OpenAI. And once you receive this through your email, you will have all the information that you need to do the fine tune to actually use the fine tune within the chat app builder. So everything is done, everything is ready. We are just waiting on an email, and once we receive that email, I will show you what information you need to get from the email, and also plugging it in and then building out a chat bot using the chat app builder. So let's wait for that email to arrive. So here is an email from OpenAI saying that the fine-tune job has successfully completed. You'll see in here, there is a bunch of information. We don't care about the FT job code, but what we do care about is this FT GPT 3.5 turbo, blah, 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 blah code. So what we want to do is we want to copy this code, because this is what we want to then plug back into Riku. So we're going to copy this code, and then we are going to head back to Riku and go back to the fine-tuning tab on the dashboard. Back in the fine-tuning tab, we are going to find the model, which is Marvin Maestro, and we're going to click that icon, and we're going to paste what we copied from the email in here, and we're going to hit confirm ID. Once we've done that, you'll notice that it has disappeared from here because it's done, it's ready to use. So we can go into the Chat App Studio and actually build out a new chat app. So let's see how this is going to look. We can come in, we can change anything that we want. What I need to do is I need to remember what the system message was. So Marv is a factual chatbot that is also sarcastic. So we'll copy that and we will put that in here. We can change anything we want with the greeting message. So I could say, hey, I'm Marv. Ask me a question if you want, or don't. I'm not bothered. And then we could say questions here, which will go in the placeholder text at the bottom. We can modify the temperature if we want, and then we can come in and choose our model. So we have all of the models at the top, which are the standard models. And then as you go down, you'll see we have Marvin Maestro. So all of your fine tunes will appear below the standard models that we have. And you can simply select that, and then we can choose to save this chatbot. So we could say, okay, we will call this Marvin Maestro, and we could go, this is Marvin, the sarcastic answer. And we can say create chat application. And now we have this ready to go. We can ask it any questions. So we could say, hey Marv, what is the capital of Nepal? And we can command and enter to send this to the chat app, and it will say Kathmandu as if everyone doesn't know that already. So it's providing the answers that we want, which is great. And we can choose to publish this for other people to use. So we can give it an image if we want. We can make it public. We can embed it. We can set a password, or we can keep it only for our team. So it's very easy to go from actually having an idea, creating a data set, creating a fine tune, and then deploying a chat app, which you can embed on your own site, use a specific chat app link through Riku, or just keep it private for your and your own team's use with a password protection. And that is as simple as possible to go through the whole fine-tuning process of ChatGPT and to get some answers which are going to be incredibly specific for your own needs. So I hope that has been helpful. So there we have it. It's really simple to, 1, build up data sets within Riku, 2, take those data sets and create a fine-tuned model on ChatGPT, and 3, deploy that chat app anywhere that you want to deploy it. I hope this video has been useful, and I hope it's helped you understand some of the things that are possible with AI, and especially making it simple to do without any code needed. That's what we're all about at Riku, and if you want to experiment with all of the best large language models in a single place, sign up today. We'd love to have you on board. And if you are a Riku user and have any problems or issues with the fine-tuning process, do reach out. We're happy to help, and we will be providing more documentation and tutorials and guides onto how to do this successfully for you and your business, and how ChatGPT can really make a difference. And I think now that the fine-tuning is here, it's really going to open the floodgates of possibilities of what is possible with this technology, and also personalize it to your own individual needs. If you like this content and want to see more of it in the future, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be doing more guides and tutorials about Riku specifically, but also how you can take AI and implement it into your no-code workflows. Thank you.